Hello. Today I'll be introducing a book called Brain Hack. Brain Hack is a very interesting book written by Neil Pavitt. It is really a compilation of some of the most interesting and intriguing facts about the brain and about the brain function. And there are some very interesting points in this book. The book is a 2016 book, and it really summarizes a lot of incredible data and incredible facts that are very useful, very fun, and are assembled and put together in a wonderful way. So I think this is one of the most interesting books of 2016, in my opinion. The brain has about 100 billion neurons, cells that connect to each other. And the connections of the brain are about 100 trillion connections. Imagine that 100 billion neurons connect in a way in which there is 100 trillion connections. The complexity of this system is unbelievable. Every behavior, every habit, every addiction, every genius idea stems from this neural marvel. Over the past 20, 30 years, a lot of data, a lot of interesting facts have come out. Researchers have been researching, the neuroscientists have been studying, papers have been published, and Neil Pavitt has managed to pull all of these together in one volume. Imagine that. So if you're looking for the influence of colors on theft, if you're looking for the body poses that up testosterone and lower cortisol, if you're looking at ways of achieving peak performance through practice hours, all of these issues are brought out by Neil Pavitt and are basically treated in the book called Brain Hack. And it's a very fun, readable, and enjoyable text. It's good for a plane, it's good for a picnic, it's good for a vacation day, it's good for reading on the metro or the metro bus. In general, it's a fantastic, fun, and small book, so it's very manageable. And also, I think that it's one of those books that summarizes a lot of very useful and valid data. So in general, Brain Hack, that's what that is. Ways to hack your brain to function better, or to hack other people's brain so they function the way that you like. That is really what Brain Hack is about. And it's really a fun book and a very interesting book. And I highly recommend this book for a general readership, and it is a very good and easy read. Let's say you want to study and see how can you influence someone to follow your lead. Is there a particular color that you can dress, or a little color that you could not dress in to influence people more? What does the color pink, for example, have in terms of ability to attract people? How is it the color red makes you stand out? Why is it the color blue, if it's used in a particular place, can actually decrease crime? So these are all particular ways that have been studied and have been examined by scientists, neuroscientists, psychologists, and researchers. But for you and I, it would be very difficult to spend hundreds of hours in a medical library, in a psychology library, in a science library, to begin to actually extract all this data, right? So this kind of detailed analysis, this kind of focused work takes a lot of time, and it's hard. Thankfully, Neil Pavitt has done this. So one person has studied a lot of literature, a lot of studies, hundreds of studies, and all very up to date, and has brought these studies out and is now compiled them into one book, one very readable, enjoyable, and amazing book. And it's a book that I first bought in Toronto Airport. But ever since then, I bought a number of copies for my colleagues, for my friends, for my students as gifts, because I think it's a really very interesting book. And I think everyone that has read the book has liked it. And the book does present some very, very fun facts and some real practical tools. So as I have studied the book and I've looked at the sources for the book, I can say confidently that the sources are really very reliable and they're deeply scientific and very well versed, and the material he brings out are incredible items that are very useful for the general readership as well as for people that have an interest in the topic of psychology, human behavior, and neuroscience like myself.